Hello friends, how are you? I am going to teach today how to do the Stack the Deck binding system. This system is nothing new. I learned this on a YouTube video 13 years ago, and it's still out there. Her name is Lori Dennison. She has all types of incredible ways to create bindings for books. I highly recommend you take a look, and she teaches it better than I can. So I'm gonna do my version. Hopefully you can understand. In junk journaling, a lot of you know how to sew in your signatures. And in scrapbooking, and what I've done is I created hinges and pages that are adhered rather than sewn. And there's not a right or wrong way, it's just what you prefer. So I'm going to teach you how I did my paper bag albums using the Stack the Hinge. And as you can see from on this side, I'm not going to put it in full view, but these albums are both made out of using paper bags. You've seen the Alice one. I posted a video already. You guys can take a look if you need to. But just notice the difference in the spines. With this method, you can adapt it to however wide you want your spine, how tall you want your pages to be, your covers. So all that needs to be taken into account when you create your hinges on Stack the Deck. So I just did a mini version just for demonstration purposes. You need to, in order to do this, you need to figure out what width you want your spine to be. This is a let me see, I think this is a 3-inch spine. This is a 1.5-inch spine. And this one is going to be a 1.5-inch spine as well. So I'm going to show you how I did that spine cover. Now, you need to determine the height of your covers, or your signatures rather, and go 1/4 of an inch shorter so that the top of your bag doesn't pass your hinges, because I'm taking into account that I'm going to add tags on the top of my bags. This isn't something you have to do, but I'm giving that 1/4 of an inch less height so it can accommodate my tags, so it's not sticking up too high. Again, preferences. So you're gonna need, depending on the pages, how many pages you want, how many bags you wanna do, because you can do this with bags or paper, or if you wanna do regular pages versus paper bags. You're going to need 3 sheets of strips of paper. These are all from scraps that I've had. And sometimes I allow the scraps to determine the size spine that I want to use. 3 pages will allow for 6 pages, and in reference to journaling signatures. So 3 signatures, 3 pages. So 3 signatures will give me 6 pages, or 6 bags that I will use. And you're going to need 3 of these. Okay, and the height depends on the cover, or on your bag actually. The height depends on the bag height. So I cut this bag just for demonstration purposes at 6.5. So my hinge length is going to be at 6. Okay, because I want it shorter than the bag. I don't want it higher than the bag. Okay, and so you're going to need 3 strips of paper. My first one is the length of your book, or the length of your bag, and then the width will be 1 7/8. I'm sorry, 1 7/8. My second piece is 6 by 2 5/8 in length, and then my third piece is 6 by 3 7/8. You can use 1/4 inches. Say for instance you want a 1-inch spine, then you want to go add an extra 1/4 on each side to accommodate for the folding that I'm going to do. So like I said, you can make this any size you want. Okay, and then you're going to score your paper, or your chipboard, whatever you're going to use, at 3 1/4 on each side. So I put this on my scoreboard, score at 3/4 of an inch, and then I flip it around. It just makes it easier for me, and score at 3/4 of an inch. And you're going to do that on all 3 pieces of paper. Okay, and then you're going to fold on your score lines and burnish. And this breaks the fibers in on your paper. And craft paper is usually thicker, so you may want to do it a couple times. And then what you want to do is you want to add adhesive to the backs of these pieces. These are gonna be your little spines, okay? And you'll see how it's gonna work in just a second. And then on the third piece, you're gonna do the same. I like to use my burnisher, especially with this craft paper, because like I mentioned, it's really thick. And so I'm gonna bend that, fold that, I'm sorry, and just burnish my edges, okay? So now you have your 3 pieces, and we're literally stacking them, hence the term stack the deck. So this will nest inside of here, this will nest inside of here. So now you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 signatures. So this will accommodate 6 signatures, 6 bags, whichever way you're looking at it. And then what you want to do is you're gonna remove the adhesive, and you can use wet glue or dry glue. It's totally up to you, preference. And I am going to put it so that it's even on both sides. It's gonna go end to end because they all measure 6 inches. So I just wanna come up and wanna make sure I have equal distance on the front and on the back of each spine. So I'm just eyeballing it, and that looks good to me. I'm gonna hold this down and make sure this side down here is even. And then I'm gonna press. And then I'm gonna burnish that. Okay. You can tell this is scrap paper. So I like to use my scraps, if you guys have seen in my previous videos. And I'm gonna fold that, and then I'm gonna do the same thing with the third piece, okay? I'm gonna remove my tape backing on this one, and I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna center this in the middle of this the score lines, and make sure I have even lengths or amounts between each. And again, you can make tick marks if that's how it works better for you. I just like to eyeball things, and so I've kind of gotten a knack for doing that over the years. And so now I'm going to burnish this. And that's it. This is my hinges that's going to hold my signatures. This is called Stack the Deck. Again, her name is Lori Dennison, and she's on YouTube. And like I said, I saw this about 13 years ago, or the video is about 13 years old, and you'll be able to see the graininess on the video. It's pretty awesome. She's the one who created this, and it works, and it works to any size. If you're gonna use bags, I'm just gonna show this really quickly because my time will run out. The reason why I miter the top and the bottom of my bags is this. If I don't trim it when I go to attach my bag to the hinge, you see how it stops here? Because of the fold of the bag, okay? It just won't work, okay? So you're gonna have pieces sticking out. It's not gonna slide further than that. It's not gonna sit well. So I will miter. I'm gonna go from the bottom of this score line to the top, and there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just you angle it. I'm gonna do the same thing on the top. I'm gonna go from the bottom of the score line and just at a diagonal, okay? And then this will now fit in here, okay? And the reason why I said the top, I don't want to go as high as the bag, because I don't want the tip, the end, or the height of my hinge to surpass my bag. So again, this is all preference. And again, these brown bags, these are just regular lunch bags I got at Target a while ago. I got a whole bunch of them for like $2. I can't remember how much was in the bag. These are not perfect bags. You're gonna have some wonkiness to them, some folded not evenly, as you can see here. So if you want to burnish these out, you can, but just be mindful that it's not going to be a perfect square every time, or a perfect height every time, or the creases aren't going to be perfect. As you can see here, they're off a little bit. You know, so all these little things that I look at, I take into account before I make a project. So, and you continue to do this with your bags, and then you can stick them on here. I recommend that you decorate your bag before you put them on your hinges, because it makes it easier to have this all done and put it in. Again, preference. I hope this helps. Check Lori Dennison's video out on Stack the Deck. I hope it helps, and let me know. I'd love to see some of your projects. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for asking. I love to teach, and I love to show what I've been doing for, gosh, over 25, 26 years now, and I just enjoy this so much. You all have a wonderful rest of your day. Until next time, bye.